Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. Just wanted to come on here with a few thoughts around food cost or really just packaging your product and service in a different way about thinking about everything. So, Valentine's Day is coming up, and we know what that means. Crazy days ahead. Um, People with probably, demands that are not necessarily the easiest to fulfill. Well, one thing it does mean is, if you think about prices, everything's more expensive, right? Whether it's the roses that you have to buy or it's the prefix meal that's being supplied, at a restaurant, everything's just more expensive. Now, why is that? Well, it's a special occasion, right? So when people think about it, there's a natural meaning attached to it. There's essentially a value that they've placed around Valentine's Day and the expectation around, how they want to celebrate it and everything that goes along with it, right? So the $12 roses now become $60 roses, that the same roses. The $15, entree or $20 entree now becomes a $100 meal, probably smaller portions. And, so what's the point of this? And the real point is really to think about the value that you're providing in your business. Whatever it is that your business is, whatever it is that you're doing for your clients, people don't care about your food costs, your product costs, whatever it is. They're focused on the value that you're actually transferring to them, right? So if the value that you provide them exceeds the cost, then they'll naturally feel good and there will be a sale, right? You'll have a customer on your hands. So the thing I see a lot, especially in the food industry, is that we focus on food costing, right? It needs to be 20%. The customer doesn't care what your food costs are. They don't care that the price of whatever has gone up and you need to adjust your prices. So my challenge to you is to really think about, how could you make every day Valentine's Day and not necessarily provide the same menu, the same offering, whatever it is that you're doing for Valentine's Day for your customers, but really think about what's the experience that you can provide, what's the value that you can provide to your customer on a daily basis, and then use that to inform, what it is that you're essentially charging. So I think about these two Mexican restaurants down the road from me. One just opened up. I was super excited to frequent them, to check out their menu. And when I got there, it's a lot of standard options on the menu. I got some nice tacos, and some nachos, whatever, and some fresh made guacamole. So all amazing stuff. The food tasted amazing, but the cost, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like some of the most expensive food that I've bought recently, just because I haven't gone out as much. And, I instantly thought, like, well, of course I know that the price of food has gone up, but not necessarily all the customers know that sort of thing. Now, I still was in the mood for Mexican food a couple of days later, so I went to another place down the road. Now, what do they have going on? They got the mariachi band playing in the background. They've got the menu that talks about their family history, the sort of the origin of the recipes, the authenticity of the food. There's a story. They did an awesome job marketing what it is that I was there for and the overall experience. Guess what? The prices were pretty much the same, except in one case, the price for one of the entrees that I was interested in was actually $1 more at the place with the mariachi band. The point there is that I actually felt great about the prices. I didn't even think about the prices so much, except I was just curious because of my previous experience. But the packaging that they had all around the food and the experience was so much better. So it's really my challenge to you to really think about, what is it that you're offering and what can you do in terms of telling your story better, communicating that value to the customer instead of just focusing internally on the food cost because they're not focused on that. They have no idea. They just come to you to solve a problem, and that is, hey, I'm hungry and you got to help me, or I'm looking for this type of experience, this type of event. I need you to help me. So again, it's not about the food cost. It's not about your product cost. It's about the experience and the value that you're transferring to the customer. So hopefully that's been helpful. I'd love to get your comments, see what you think about it. If this is how you approach coming up with costs for your business, just comment below what your thoughts are, and I'd love to have a conversation about it. Thanks.